he don't win. Well, give me a break, man. Like, the dude went to the Raiders, okay? Like, they weren't anything before he got there, really. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to rustle anybody. They know.
Like, yeah, go ahead and go back to the time before Derek. And
Yeah,
enjoy
go ahead.
That.
I mean,
enjoy
like,
that 30 years.
Since we're talking about it, though, like, the man has been a stable man, especially last year.
Yeah.
All that stuff they had to go. I'm not saying him, but he's the guy that simply says, hey, Derek reminds me a lot of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I wonder why that is. Because
strong
literally
arm,
everything
accurate,
is the same.
smart, runs. Is a great
but that's not
player.
the narrative.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
You can't say
Aaron
that.
Rodgers is the best ever.
He's Derek Carr.
Aaron Rodgers.
You can't put him in the
Aaron
same
Rodgers.
sentence and paragraph.
What's up with it, everybody? It's your man Wasted. We gonna get into this. I got my brother Graphk here. It's about to go down. But like I always say, let's start this podcast.
Talk that shit, Carr brothers. Talk that shit.
What is the deal? Salutations to everybody in the chat. My brother Graphk pulled up on me. You know, y'all see what the Carr brothers was saying. I had to play that for y'all. I'll play it again if y'all need me to. But this is an intervention of such. My brother Graphk called me and told me I was wilding about my take on this. Everybody in the chat on my channel told me I was wilding. And I'm here to tell you why you're all wrong. And I, the great waste of talent, have one of the best takes on a video that, to me, the whole nation should be pissed off about. This is my personal opinion. But Graphk, what is the deal, brother?
I'm just going to say this, man. You are not allowed to speak on the greatest bloodline in NFL history. You need to kind of bring it down a notch, okay? These Carr brothers are completely right. And I was kind of offended by your video.
Really? You full of shit. You were offended by the video? Really?
I was offended by it, man. You know.
Bro.
You know,
look, we're going to get started, right?
The Carr hate has to stop, okay? Wasted. It has to stop, man. It has to stop.
God. You know, first and foremost, this is not about Derek Carr. That's my whole take. This is not about him. This is about his brothers. His brothers, man, have gone over the line. Like, it's one thing to support your brother. It's one thing to support somebody that you love. It's another thing to be totally fucking delusional, bro. Like, you know, as we saw in that video, and I didn't even play that in, you know, Derek Carr said that if Derek Carr wins a Super Bowl, he's slam dunk Hall of Famer. I think you can't even start talking about him in the Hall of Fame until he wins a Super Bowl and then has success thereafter, right? So we're not even going to get in there. We're not even going to broach that. That's not really important.
Okay.
Let's talk about David Carr saying that what were the Raiders before Derek Carr got here?
Okay.
Acting like it's some built-in excuse by being drafted by the Raiders. Acting like all of the things that have happened around the Raiders the last few years that he's been here is all everyone else's fault. It's not everyone else's fault. I love Derek, man, but he's not without fault in this. He is not a guy like.
You're right. But there's two different arguments in this situation, okay? I got to play devil's advocate with this. There's two different. Are we having the debate of before Derek Carr, we got 3 rings? Or are we having the debate of the past 30 years we've been shit? Because there's two different debates here. I feel like Derek Carr's brothers, as they should, look, I have your back. I have Andy's back, Hammer. I'm always going to have my bros back. I don't care. And these guys are blood. You know what I'm saying? So Does it get on my nerves sometimes? Yes, it totally does. I've done videos in the past about saying David Carr needs to pump the brakes on covering the Raiders because of the total bias. But I have to say, the past 30 years, 20 years, before we
said 30,
draft,
brother. He said 30.
I'll say 20. Before we drafted DC, we were a terrible team. We were a terrible team. And I believe, you know, that in heart of hearts that they were speaking in terms of the past few decades. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Now, if we're debating who the fuck were the Raiders before Derek Carr, in general, in the broad spectrum of things, you are completely 110% correct, sir. You never talk about our Raiders in a bad way, knowing that we have 3 rings, and at one point we were the most winningest sports franchise ever.
And that is my incomplete and total point. He said 30 years. Had he said before Derek got there, I wouldn't even have made a video, bro. I wouldn't even have made a video. My thing is that this man was a media trained guy. He's on television every single day.
Yeah.
You should know better. You got to watch what you say, because you're making it like the Raiders are like some built-in excuse, like we're some terrible organization.
Mm-hmm.
That is how it comes off to me. And it's like, put some respect on this organization's name. Yeah, have we had some down years? Yes, we have had some down years. But are we like some fucking dumpster fire of an organization? No, the hell we're not.
Okay, Wasted. Let's do this. Let's do this real quick. Me and you are 2 of the biggest Raider fans that I know. Everyone in the chat, biggest Raider fans I know. Let's take the Raider hats off. Okay, let's take our Raider hats off real quick. The fans in us won't allow that kind of talk. The football fans in us has to say these past 2 decades before we had Derek Carr, and even while we had him, we were a terrible franchise. Let's just be honest. There's only so much that we can live off our past, our history.
And you know what, Graphk? That is exactly what I'm saying. But the thing is, they act like Derek Carr is coming to this organization and there's been a lot of winning going on. The same thing that was happening when Jason Campbell was here, and when Carson Palmer was here, and when Jamarcus Russell was here, has happened since he's been here. Yeah. Let's not get it fucked up. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's all his fault, but they're acting like he is this exalted quarterback that is beyond reproach. And I think that's a dangerous narrative, bro. They talk about their brother like we should revere him the way the Patriots revere Tom Brady. You have to earn that kind of reverence. He has not earned it yet.
Now what if their argument was, and they didn't really elaborate. I didn't see the interview. I'm gonna be totally real. I don't really watch too much of his brothers because it's his brother. He can't do any wrong. Like, I get that people's try to say, you know, I remember a few players in the past, the Aaron Rodgers comparisons. Okay, baby A-Rod, blah blah blah. We have to stop that narrative right now. We have to. We have to. I know A-Rod has been around for a long time. The shit that he's done in the NFL, yes, he only has 1 ring. And if DC can win 1 ring, look, I'll shut up completely. But the Aaron Rodgers debate has to stop. I mean, I just seen the second clip.
Yeah, bro. And that too. It's like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh, what has Aaron Rodgers done that's so great? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, and that's the thing. I'm not a Carr hater. I'm objective. No, that's the kind of shit. That is the kind of shit that Carr haters and people who are down on the Raiders will see that, and they will say, "Hey, man, what is this guy talking about?" And I understand they're his brothers, but he's a fucking professional, dog.
But okay, now let's do this debate real quick. What if they were saying, without saying it, right? What were they before Derek Carr? A lot of losing, okay? They could be talking about Carson Palmer, the Andrew Walters, the Tua Sopos, the Jamarcus Russells of the world. Yes, if that's their argument, their brother definitely gives us the best chance to win in many, many years since Rich Gannon.
Yes. But that
Um,
again, it wasn't 30 years ago either.
no, I know. I mean the Rich Gannon era. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I mean, that was 20 years ago. To this day, pretty much. It was
Yeah.
20 years.
Now it's 20 years ago.
Yeah. So
Not 30.
I'm going 2 decades. I'm not even going you know,
But I can only deal with what he said too, Graphk.
I get it. I get it. I'm just trying to play, you know, I'm just trying to see because I feel like I didn't watch the entirety of the video. So maybe I need to go back and watch it and kind of get an idea of where they were going. But in terms of quarterbacks that we've had, this is the closest talent that we've had that can bring us victories. Yes, it has not translated. It has not translated. We know this. I remember in 2014 when he was pushed into the starting role too early, way too early. And
bro, I was at that game. It was a Jets game when they started him.
Yes.
He threw that touchdown in the corner to Rod Streeter, and you know,
4-12, 4-12 that
he was
year.
a rookie that year. Yeah.
That was the year we were talking about the game the other day, about the Thursday night game when we beat the Chiefs, and that was like our Super Bowl, right? When Latavius Murray ran for like a 90-yarder, whatever the hell it was. But David has a sense of doing this a lot, and I don't know his other brother. I didn't even know he had another brother. To be honest, he was talking. I kind of took it more personal. It was like, bro, who are you? Like, I get that David he's a media, he's a talking head, right? So his brother is going to try to change the narrative because the narrative on DC is he hasn't won, he hasn't gotten the job done. You know what I mean? He's at best an average quarterback, blah, blah, blah. Now let me ask you guys this, and this is to the chat too, because I'm gonna be totally honest. What was the quarterback that everybody's always compared him to?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, no, well, that skill set wise, I guess Aaron Rodgers.
but really
Matthew
his brother
Stafford.
and Matthew Stafford, his brother and Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford just won a ring last year, right? Matthew Stafford to me is not a Hall of Famer.
No way.
He's been around since 2009. You know, he has his share of turnovers as well. Like I think he fumbled the ball 5 times last year. He has a slew of INTs in his career. He also played with some terrible franchises. Now, this is my argument to you, right? Because I'm always getting killed for DC slander. I got killed earlier. I did a video earlier and someone hit me up and was like, "Oh my God, the car." I didn't even say anything bad about DC.
Bro, and I saw that. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, because we gotta stop. We gotta stop grading shit on the curve. Like,
winning shuts people the fuck up. Until DC wins, his brothers need to calm it down. The world needs to calm it down. The chat needs to calm it down. Me and you need to calm it down.
And that is what wasted talent is saying.
Yeah.
Yo, you gotta earn that kind of reverence. Yes. Now, I remember when the Henry Ruggs thing happened. David Carr said in a tweet, and he took it down, that if the Raiders win the Super Bowl this year, my brother should be the MVP of all time, the most valuable player of all time and shit. And it's like, bro, why would you even tweet some shit like that when somebody lost their life?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not attacking the Carr brothers. What I'm attacking is what they're doing is they're doing a disservice to their brother.
Yes.
They are not, they think that they're elevating their brother. They're doing a disservice to him, bro, because what you need to do is, in this situation, is just shut the fuck up and let it be what it is. Because I'm going to tell you something. Right now, if they have a bad season this year, bro, what built-in excuse is there? Because in the nation, I feel like we're doing it already. The defense. Oh, we don't have a top 15 defense. Well, look, let me tell you something. In 2011, Eli Manning won a Super Bowl with the 24th ranked defense.
Yeah.
In 2007, he won a Super Bowl with the 16th ranked defense.
Yep.
Right? And listen, Eli Manning might be a Hall of Famer, he might not, but he won 2 Super Bowls, right? Winning is the great elixir.
Yes.
Right? It's the great elixir, and I'm tired of us grading shit on the curve. I love Derek Carr. Like, me personally, he is the best quarterback that we've had that I really like. To me, I got Derek over Rich Gannon, even though Rich Gannon was the league MVP. Mm-hmm. On a day in and day out basis, I have Derek, ahead of Rich. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? I think Rich had a better team around him.
There's 2 things that people in the nation that we get caught up in, right? One thing, I don't do politics. I don't do religion. Religion does factor into the situation with people's infatuation with DC. I'm sorry, a lot of people do factor that in terms of how they look at Derek Carr as a human being. As a human being, he looks like the most perfect, upright, upstanding citizen in the world. But one thing that people don't realize about Derek Carr, or why people fight for him, and I just realized right now, is Derek Carr was drafted a Raider, right? Born in California. Said he rooted for the Raiders as a kid. I mean, there's pictures of him and his brother wearing jackets. It's always the great story, right, of having someone that's home team. Jim Plunkett was drafted to the Patriots. The Snake, he played with other teams later on down the line after I believe almost 10 years of playing with the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys have went and played elsewhere. Up to this point in the 9 years of DC's career, he's only been a Raider. And that's all he wants. And he says all the right things about wanting to be here forever. People get caught up in that a lot. If we didn't lose for the past 30 years, right? If we haven't lost, and mind you, a couple years out of that past 30 years, we got pretty damn close.
By like 3-4 years.
Yes.
And then
so 3 or 4 years in that 30 years, right? If we were a winning franchise, Carr would have been out of here. There's no debate.
There's no
such
debate
a bad franchise that DC can be average at best. And I believe he's not average. I believe he's better than that. It doesn't matter because we haven't had anything close to that in forever. And that's the problem.
Bro.
People can't forget. Like, it kills me sometimes, bro.
The Dallas Cowboy fan base used to vilify Tony Romo. Every year they wanted Romo out of there. Every single year.
Yeah.
Tony Romo played at a higher level than a lot of people in his career. Yes. He played at a higher level than Derek has.
Yeah.
Tony Romo, as of right now, would probably be
a year or two, give or take. I'll say that he's had better seasons than DC.
Tony Romo, on a day in, day out basis, week in, week out basis, has won more than Derek and played at a higher level than Derek.
Those back injuries,
I'm talking about in the prime of Tony Romo's career, man, when they were, going to the playoffs. He was losing the playoffs, but he was going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I hate the Cowboys, and I'm not a big Tony Romo guy, right? Mm-hmm. But Tony Romo's a guy who, in the Dallas Cowboy fan base, every year he was there. Yo, we got to go. Romo's got to go. Romo's got to go. Romo's got to go. Because the Dallas Cowboys want to win a Super Bowl every year, right? I've seen fan bases like the New England Patriots, people saying, oh, man, we got to move on from Tom Brady. He's getting too old. And then they win another Super Bowl and everybody shuts up. You know what I mean? I've seen the New York Giants. I live in the tri-state area. I've seen the New York Giants with Eli Manning winning 2 Super Bowls. They're like, get this fucking guy out of here. And this man won 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Hey, look, A-Rod has played for a long time and has 1 championship. That lets you know that talent doesn't get it done alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest. A-Rod is going to go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He has 1 ring. Without that 1 ring, I believe that Green Bay would be killing him as well. You have to win. You have to win the big one.
Because look who came before him.
Yes.
Brett Favre.
Yes.
And Brett Favre only got 1 ring. Let's be for real about that. Yeah. But listen, the numbers, all of this stuff. Listen, as far as Derek goes as a human being, as a man, as how I view him as a quarterback, I love Derek Carr. He's the best quarterback that's been here since I've been, like Jim Plunkett and stuff.
You're better than me. You said you love Derek Carr. I'm gonna be honest. I don't love Derek Carr.
No, as a person. No, as a person. As a person, I love Derek Carr.
Gotcha.
I think he's a hell of a person. He's a hell of a man.
Facts.
His family, he's an exemplary guy. Father, husband, person, leader, everything.
A guy I would love to have in my circle.
Yes, he's an awesome person.
Definitely.
I don't want to conflate that with his responsibility to the Raiders, though, because what I want us all to get focused on before this season starts, and it's the reason why I did this. Now, am I trolling a bit? Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm trolling. Call me Trolly McTroll a lot, damn it.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I want us as
They
a
don't know
fan
that
base.
they don't know that we be behind the scenes having these calls like, let's have some fun.
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna be for real because that's what we do. We're for real, right?
Yeah.
But what I want us to really, really ingest, and I want the nation to ingest, is that we cannot give Derek a free ride when he makes mistakes, because it can't be the defense's fault when, you know, they give up a certain amount of points or they give up 30 points and then we overlook the fact that he fumbled 3 times.
Yeah.
We overlook the fact that, you know, we went 3 and out, or he threw the ball away, or threw the ball short on third and 11 or some shit, and he dumps it off to the running back, and then the defense is back on the field. We have to look at this shit balanced, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. This year, wasted talent, I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. I don't give a fuck about what we don't have in the secondary. I don't want to hear nothing about no line. I don't want to hear shit, bro. I don't want to hear shit because nobody wins with a perfect situation, bro. Nobody. Like, even Peyton Manning, bro. Peyton Manning in 2006. Now, this is a bad example because he had a lot of talent around him on his offense. He won with the 28th ranked defense.
Yeah. Definitely. Bro, Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl last year. Their secondary was beat up to shit all year long. But it got to a point where they had Eli Apple starting out there corner for them. You know what I'm saying? Their offensive line gave, what, didn't they give up 9 sacks?
Yes.
Against Tennessee? Like, and they found a way to win. So, yes, like, I get that he had some great offensive weapons. Cool. But let's not take away that he was still going against all odds with that O-line and then having that secondary that wasn't all that great. And they still went that way. Look, this year, man, I just want, it's easy to say you want a balanced attack, right? You want the defense to do its thing. You want the O to do its thing. This is the best offense that DC has ever had on paper. Not even just on paper, coaching staff-wise and everything. The cool thing is, right, DC haters or DC lovers, we're going to see what everything is made of at this point when you got a coaching staff that all they care about is winning. That's it. Like, there's nothing else. They don't care about what you do off the field. They don't care who you're friends with or who you know. They don't give a shit. If you don't win, you're out of here. Simple and plain. They turned a 6th rounder out of Michigan that had the dad body out of this world into fucking 6-time champion in New England. And 7 with the addition of the Tampa Bay one as well. So, you know, this is the unit that we've been asking for. There's no more excuses. There's no more nothing. You have everything around you. You have the defensive coordinator. You have very nice young pieces on the defensive side of the ball. You have probably the best passing duo. There's nothing else to say. If you can stay healthy, DC, and Devontae can stay healthy, which he has pretty much his whole career, we should win. And I think this year, DC, hopefully, you shut me up. You shut Wasted up. You shut everybody up that's had problems. And I don't know why you need to shut us up anyway, because all we want to do is win.
Yeah, all I want to do is win, bro. And this ain't even about him, bro. This ain't about him. What my point is about his brothers and them going and trying to put him into a realm where he is beyond reproach. No one is above the game. No one is above the shield. Everyone has to answer to something.
Yeah.
And listen, when you make mistakes, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody has expectations. Like, everybody comes at me with this whole defensive thing, or they come at with you with this whole, oh, you're not a fan. How the fuck am I not? I was a Raider fan before Derek Carr was born.
Yeah.
Yo, like, y'all gotta understand something, bro. Like, I was like in high school when Derek Carr was born.
Yeah.
Like, I've been a Raider fan.
David Carr, right, seems like a good individual. Their whole family they seem like good people. David is going to hold his brother down. But we're talking about football right now, you guys. Yes, he won his Super Bowl as a backup quarterback with the Giants. David Carr was a loser in the NFL, a complete dumpster fire. Yes, he went to a terrible situation in Houston with probably the worst offensive line I've ever seen in my life. But he didn't win. So, to be honest with you, I don't really go to David Carr for news. It's like going to a basketball guy that's never won shit.
But see, Graphk, you know the problem with that is when you look at the most prominent voices of the Raiders in the media, he is either one or two. Let's just be for real here. Anytime there's any breaking news with the Raiders, NFL Network brings him on.
Yeah.
You understand me? So that's the thing, man. You're the guy pushing the narrative in the national media. There are other fan bases out there that are looking at us like, yo, what the fuck? You crazy?
Have we ever stopped and thought about it? Like, maybe these guys are trolling?
Bro, it can't be. It
Bro,
can't be.
DC trolls all the time. All the time. I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong, they're going to have their brothers back. And they're going to, look, let's be honest, David Carr and his brothers don't care about the Raiders. They care about Derek Carr. That's it. They care about his legacy. David wants his brother to do something as a starting quarterback. They want him to win a championship. So he can feel like he was a part of that. He was attached to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't care. They don't give a fuck about this. This is the problem that I have with a lot of our fans. We're supposed to stand tall together. We're all Raiders at the end of the day. These guys can give a fuck about our team. Now, Derek is a Raider. Derek loves this team. He says all the right things. But at the end of the day, most of us, just like Waze just said, have been here before Derek Carr. I know I have. I was 5. I remember being 5, 6 years old, crying in my bed when we lost on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? And DC didn't exist to me at this point. Like, we just got to kind of pump the brakes a little bit on who's hating. Now, if someone comes out and says Derek Carr's a terrible human being, he's a terrible football player. That's hate.
Then that's hate, and you're an asshole.
Yes.
Once it gets to that point, but when we say that, hey, if you guys are in the media, like they were saying how they know more football and the amount of football brains in this room, then be objective at some point. Definitely. Even with my own children, I'm objective with them when it comes to whatever they do.
Yes.
I tell them the truth because if I don't listen, I'm not going to allow the world to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Look, I was objective with my younger brother when we play sports. He's objective with me. We are objective. Docs and I, Hammer, we're objective with each other.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man, you fucking up, bro.
Look, if Derek Carr is my brother, I'm saying, love you, little bro. Go out there and win and shut everybody up. That's it.
And then stop with this whole trying to elevate him and put him in a place where he hasn't earned yet. Yeah. Listen, what Derek has earned from me, he's earned my respect. He's earned the fact that he's a true leader. He's consistent. He's first in, he's first out. You know what I'm saying? All of the right things. He's a very good, physically talented quarterback. He has had some great moments with us. He's had some bad moments. The thing is that the ebbs and the flows of his career.
Pull up Kellenberger real quick. Shout out to David Kellenberger. Let me say this real quick, bro. Yes, it's a family podcast, but when you mention Derek Carr and Hall of Fame together, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. At what point can we stand up as fans and say, let's stop with the bullshit? You can't put those. That doesn't go together right now. They're not that DC doesn't have the ingredients yet to throw in that gumbo pot and say he's a Hall of Famer. So when his family are overreacting and saying that, like if he wins one, he's a Hall of Famer, like you shouldn't even mention that. In a sense, I guess that is saying go out and win, right? Go out and win. But just say that. Just say go out and win and shut people up, and then you'll get all the glory. But until then, bro, like, we got to stop with that shit, man. We got to stop, man. Like, until we win, I'm on DC's bumper, man. I don't give a shit. Like, and people could call me a fake fan and blah, blah, blah. I am on bruh's bumper until we win. Look, this year, I'm even being honest and being realistic. I just want a playoff win. That's it. Give me a playoff win. Let me feel like we're on to something, and I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good.
I just don't need the ebbs and flows.
Or you're not shit. Like, win us a playoff game, and I will be like, thank you. Now we're up to something. Now we got something brewing in this bitch.
Yeah, man. I don't want the ebbs and the flows anymore. I don't want the ebbs and the flows. I don't want the peaks and the valleys. I don't want fucking playoffs and then 4-12.
Yeah.
Because that's not what greatness is made of. You know what greatness is made of? Year in and year out. You make the playoffs year in and year out. And I'm not saying that the Raiders have done that man any favors, but they have now. And we can't say that he's had shit his whole career either. Now, that's a narrative that I don't like because he did not have shit his whole career. There were times where he had the Latavius Murrays, he had the Amari Coopers of the world, he had the Michael Crabtrees of the world. He didn't have the best offense in the world, but it damn sure wasn't shit. And Patrick Mahomes damn sure wasn't in Kansas City. It was Alex Smith beating our brains in.
But I can't say this. Derek Carr, 2016, superstar. Superstar to me.
Sir.
Superstar. All we wanted to do is see the problem was that you set the standard that high. And then after that, it just everything came down to just and then it started going up a little bit more. And it's still rising right now. If you can get back to that 2016 form, look, with this team, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
I
gotta see it. Now see, let me see something. Emerson Salazar, what the fuck are you talking about? How did Derek Carr shut us up? How is that possible? So when he made the playoffs, right? And before that, when we were on that losing streak, nobody realizes that when we got on that winning streak, we got on that winning streak on the back of Josh Jacobs, bro. And listen, I'm not criticizing Derek as a quarterback. But what I'm criticizing is this narrative that he is beyond reproach, and we can't criticize him when he does the wrong thing.
Emerson, to be honest, brother, if you look back at those last 4 games when we went on that nice little run, that was the worst football that DC played last year. Like we just look, our O-line tightened up, Jacobs got the running, and that helped us. Our defense held us down a little bit, but DC did not play great ball those past 4 weeks. That was Jacobs putting the team on his back and striking. And don't get me wrong, not all 4 games, but Josh started picking up the pace in those 4 games.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And let's be honest too. We got lucky. We played pretty much 4 backup quarterbacks outside of Carson Wentz to get to the playoffs. Like, we got very, very lucky. We got very lucky. Don't get me wrong. We're a playoff team. To watch that game at Allegiant Stadium live, week 17 against the Chargers, was something I'll remember for the rest of my life. To watch, this is how I want you guys to realize I'm not a Derek Carr hater. To see Derek Carr smile, that shit damn near put a tear in my eye, bro.
Yeah.
Like watching him.
It was dope.
That shit was fire.
It was dope.
Seeing him happy like that, like, thank God I finally got this out. That was beautiful.
But listen, Josh Jacobs started that wheel going. Now, he didn't have these gaudy stats, but Josh Jacobs ran hard. He got us some big first downs. It was a total team effort, right? So we can't just absolve Derek from the things that he does bad, and then when everything's good, it's all Derek.
Yeah,
that's bullshit to me.
That's what I said on my live earlier. I said, when we win, it's all DC won us, but when we lose, it's a team effort.
Yeah, that's a fucking joke. And I'm gonna tell you something. When it comes time this season, what will the narrative be if we don't do what we're supposed? If the equinox isn't upon us, and I'm wrong, because I believe the equinox is upon us. I believe Derek's gonna win. I believe.
Oh, definitely.
But yo, when he throws an errant pass, he gotta get that too. Yeah. Why the fuck does everybody else get criticized and not him? And I'm just tired of the dick eating, man. I can't take it no more, bro. I make a video talking about his brothers and them just being unrealistic with their takes, and then it turns into you're a Carr hater. You're not a real Raider fan. That's bullshit. I sit up here.
I realize look, I'm telling you now, Wasted. At this point, I'm just having fun with it now. I'm a troll forever because at the end of the day, you can't win. You can't win that argument. You can't win, bro. You can't. People, look, the old saying in Northern California, you're so used to losing, you don't know how to win. That's just what it is with us. We're just so used to if we're going to lose.
This is what I'm talking about. Another QB wouldn't have done what, Emerson? What would another QB have not done?
How do we know that?
What are you talking about? Would I allow criticism of my brother if it was fair? I'm not gonna go up there and lie and be like, yo, if my brother's in the NBA and he's a middle of the pack player, I'm not gonna let somebody compare him to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm gonna be like, whoa, relax here.
But Welly's, you got to realize this too, bro. Ain't nobody going outside and disrespecting his family or calling this man a bitch or no shit like that. People are criticizing his game. Like people have to stop with this. Like, take DC, the person, out of this and look at the game. Look at the game. When you lead the league as a quarterback in fumbles, and you know what I mean, and all that's DC. There's things that he has to get better in. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be honest. We got to stop that shit, man. We got to stop it. I'm over here reading the comment. People forget Doc's got like 20 car jerseys. Bro, I bought hella DC jerseys.
Bro, I got an autographed picture of Derek. I love Derek Carr as a man. You know what I'm saying? And he, like I said previously, he's the best quarterback that I can remember.
Put Emerson, put that up. Put that up real quick. The car got us there. Thank you. And put the other one down there. It all starts and ends with Carr. I agree.
We do too. So remember that.
When we're losing, all those years when we're losing, put that on Carr then, Emerson. Use your debate then. Use your ideology and put that on him.
Because no coach has stuck around. This is Carr. Emerson, what I want you to do is, if we don't win, I want you to use that same narrative. Listen, I should have called this live, keep that same energy. I'm just tired of grown men acting like we can't be objective about another grown man. Yeah, it's Derek Carr's team, but you know what? It's really not. You know whose team it is? It's the nation, and it's Mark Davis's team. Yeah. Let's not get it fucked up. One day he won't be here. It'll be somebody else under center. And guess what? I'll still be a Raider fan. This will still be our team. I'll still be on here talking shit every day.
You just created the best argument in the world right now, and you didn't even know it. This is our team. We need to hold our players accountable. This is our team. We the ones that bleed this shit. We're the ones that got fucking $20,000 worth of memorabilia in the garage.
We the ones flying around the country, buying tickets and fucking doing all of this shit.
I quit my job to talk Raider football full time.
Did y'all just hear that?
This is our team. Let's hold these guys accountable. That's what we need to do.
So I don't want to ever another QB with a choke. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, bro.
We're off the Emerson train.
Yeah, we're off this shit. Listen, I will not have this on my show. This is nonsense. So if you put Tom Brady in that situation, Tom Brady wouldn't deliver. If you put Aaron might choke, who knows, right? If you put Patty Mahomes in that situation, he wouldn't deliver. The fuck are you talking about, bro? You act like this man hung the moon. Like, bro, listen. I'm off the car because this is supposed to be about his brothers. I've totally gone off the rails with this shit. Now I'm pissed off.
I don't know too much about the other brother, like that big Bray Wyatt looking motherfucker. I don't know who that is.
Listen,
so
Emerson riding on a car crazy right now. Not gonna lie, that's what I'm saying, bro. Emerson, bro, you gotta make sure you go take a Plan B pill so you don't get pregnant from all that dick riding, yo. Yeah, you gotta cut that out, bro. Yeah, that shit is not fly at all, bro. We don't allow that up here, bro.
Some laws have changed lately, man. So the dick riding you gotta be careful with. Just know.
Be walking around this motherfucker.
Walk around this bitch looking like a Drake album cover. You better chill out. You know what I mean? Hey, you better chill out, man. You know what I mean?
I've been hot since the birth of my son.
You might want to calm down, King. Calm down a little bit, brother. You know
relax. I mean? Pause. Shit is ridiculous, bro.
But let me say this. One thing that you have to respect is they ride for their brother. And even, you know what I mean? Like this one thing I've done with my brothers, right? Always ride for them in front of everybody. Then go behind closed doors and scold the fuck out of them. Like, bro, what the fuck is you doing, man? You can't have a family out here looking like this. You wilding. You know what I'm saying? I'm a ride. Look, there's times where I may make a fuck up or Hammer makes a fuck up or Wasted does something. And I'm like, fuck y'all, that's my brother. And then we call and we have that conversation like,
Yeah, bro. We all do that with each other, bro, because yo, it ain't real. It ain't real if it's all fucking, you know, unicorns and rainbows and
Hallmark
fucking
cards and bubble baths
and motherfucking treasure troll farts. That it ain't real. If we can't have that motherfucking uncomfortable situation, we ain't really fly. I don't want the fake shit around me, bro.
Hey, I thought I'd never hear treasure troll farts in my life. That's
you know what? Listen, I like to bring something new to the table every live, man.
That's hey, that and thick frame treasure troll farts.
Yeah, but no, in all serious, and this live is like one big rant. It really is, man. It's listen, guys. I want to set the temperature for what we're gonna go through this year, because there are gonna be ebbs and flows. There are gonna be weeks that we're ecstatic. There are gonna be weeks that we're gonna be fucking.
Real quick, wasted. My bad, bro. I don't want to mess the show up. This is how you know Stu is crazy. He's in the comment section right now, commenting, and then look who's calling me. Motherfucker, you see him live.
We're Stu at shit. Can you pull up? Oh shit.
Stu, we're talking about treasure troll farts right now. You wild. You're trying to call me and shit right now. Motherfucker crazy.
Yo,
I'll call you back, Stu. I'll call you back. Yeah, this motherfucker wild. But yeah, man. Look, all I'm gonna say is this: ride for your brother, but be realistic with your brother, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, I think that Derek Carr is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. All he needs to do is go out there and win and change the narrative. There's nothing wrong with continuously saying the same thing over and over and over. Win, win, win. Shut people the fuck up. Now Matthew Stafford can come out. It don't matter what the fuck Matthew Stafford does at this point.
All Matthew Stafford got to do is go like this.
Yep. Just go out there, cash his checks. He got a ring. At this point, it's all like Matthew Stafford can genuinely just not, and that's not who he is, because he's a dog. But he can go out there and say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Sue can go out there now and say, I don't give a fuck. I got a ring. Like, OBJ doesn't even have to come back. He got a ring. He can just leave this shit alone. And look at Stu. I swear,
My brother Stu.
Yo,
Stu, stop it.
Nerves, man. Stu gets on my fucking nerves.
Yo, Stu, man. Come on, bro.
Stu, but just win. Just win. I mean, that's it's crazy to say that that's our motto. That's the mantra that Al Davis created. And we're sitting here, all of us arguing about a quarterback who hasn't done it yet. So, it is what it is. I'm off the DC thing.
Yeah, man. Listen, this was one long rant.
I think his brothers are tripping though, but I also understand where they're coming from.
No, Anthony Provenzio, why the fuck would I be crying, bro? Win a fucking Super Bowl and then let's start that conversation. You can't start that conversation before that happens, though.
Oh,
bro.
no. But Ant, we'll both be crying tears of joy.
Yes. And that's the thing, bro. Like, yo, you gotta understand something with me.
No, we're not gonna call him a Hall of Famer, though.
Look, I am a person where I'm in a results-based business. I'm a man. We don't talk about motherfucking projecting. What if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. I'm talking about what you've actually done, bro. I don't want to talk about the reasons why it didn't happen. Make it happen.
And this is the problem, you guys. Why are we talking about the Hall of Fame when our guy hasn't won a playoff game? Like, why are we doing that? We shouldn't even be mentioning Hall of Fame. We shouldn't be mentioning a DC MVP candidate. Let's do something. Let's win a fucking playoff game. Y'all talk about DC.
Stu call. I'm about to put Stu on.
This motherfucker, man.
Stu, what up? Yo, Stu call. I'm about to put Stu. Yo, Stu, I got you on the mic now. I'm about to send you the link, yo.
I just want 2 minutes to say hi to my man, dude.
Yo, Stu, look, I got you on speaker, bro. I'm gonna pull you up, bro.
Shoot me a link.
All right, bro.
Motherfucking Stu.
Stu crazy, man.
But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you guys, we attach too much to these guys. So like, without having even, what have you done to mention that? You know what I'm saying? Like DC and Hall of Fame shouldn't go together. Let's wait until the end of his career, see where he is, see how many rings he has, see what his stats look like. We shouldn't be talking about that. We shouldn't be talking about that. It's like saying, you know what? Josh Jacobs is going to be a Hall of Famer. He hasn't done nothing.
Yeah, but no, he hasn't done enough for us to even talk about that kind of shit. And that's the thing that pisses me off. Let's not exalt him to a level he hasn't got yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing for me, man. And that's the only thing that I want to say, man. You know, so I'm gonna get off of this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have somebody that you've all been waiting for.
Oh, hey, you guys, a Hall of Famer.
Yo, a definite Hall of Famer.
Definite Hall of Famer.
A definite Hall of Famer. I mean, y'all listen, man, when I bring this man on, I don't think y'all gonna be able to contain yourselves. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Graphk, you gotta hold me down real quick, man. I gotta pull this up. For this brother, man. Hold on.
Let me read the chat, man. Let me read the chat. Derek Carr wins the Super Bowl with the Raiders. He's the Raiders' best QB of all time. Drax, look, I know Jim Plunkett and Kenny Stabler somewhere, you know, like I don't know about all that, but I'll say this. If DC wins the Super Bowl, right? He's my favorite Raider quarterback of all time.
And that's a fact.
Because I got to witness it. That's why he's my favorite quarterback. How about that, you guys? How about that for being a Carr hater? If DC wins a Super Bowl, that is my favorite Raider quarterback of all time. That's it. You know why? Because he won. And in my life and in my world, I only surround myself around winners. That's it. I don't rock with people that I used to rock with anymore for a reason. I rock with winners. And if DC pulls one out, that's my favorite quarterback ever in the history of Raiderdom.
What's fucking with DC, my favorite quarterback right now?
Huh?
He's my favorite quarterback that's ever played for the Raiders.
He's a Raider.
Right now.
He's a Raider.
Right now. He like, listen, Kenny Stabler, I wasn't alive for that.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive for that.
I got DC third right now behind Plunkett in the
No, I'm talking about my personal favorite that I actually watched.
Oh, and
like you know, Plunkett, I was a little kid. So I didn't I remember it, but I didn't understand the nuance of the game when Plunkett was still playing. You know what I'm saying? I was little.
Yeah.
My guys growing up was Jeff Hostetler.
Yep.
Rich Gannon.
Yep.
And DC. And DC's my favorite out of them guys,
was
man.
my guy. Now, I seen Gannon win an MVP and get to the Super Bowl. Yes, we got blown out, but I seen him do something that nobody else ever did while I've been alive. So Gannon, up to this point, is my favorite Raiders quarterback that I got to witness. And if DC wins one, he definitely takes that spot. Period, point blank. Satoshi says Gannon over Carr any day. At this point, I agree. Because Gannon only had a short window where he was balling out with us, and he was, people tend to forget that Rich Gannon already had a long career by the time he even got to us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Gannon has some dog in him.
Wait, hold up. We got our brother Brody's in the place to be. Brody, what it is?
Emerson, I didn't say Rich Gannon won a Super Bowl. I said he got us to one and he won MVP. You slow.
Yeah, dog. You know what, Emerson? You are banned for the rest of the chat today.
Yeah,
you're banned for the day, man.
You low key slow, my guy.
Yo, and listen, we got another Hall of Famer up here, a Purdue Hall of Famer.
You low key slow, my guy.
Our brother, Stewart.
Wait. Fuck. There.
Bro, okay. You look like you were about to go kill 6 people.
You look like DB Cooper, Stu.
Hey, I'm jumping out. I'm jumping out that bitch.
You look like you're in disguise right now. You look like the bad guy on the Minions.
Or on which one's that? Oh, I ain't seen that yet. Hey, Wasted, what's up, brother? Nice to see you.
What's up? Doc? Excellent to see you, brother. What's
Doc,
up, bro?
I don't want to hear that shit, Stu. I've been trying to get a hold of you for 2 days, bro. I don't want to hear that shit.
Dude, man, like I said, man, I got, with the 4 kids and sports and camps and me, I finally got a family doctor, so I was worried about that shit. And I had a lot of stuff going on.
Nah,
But I agree with the Hostetler. That was one of my guys. That was one of my favorite dudes. But I do want to say this. Obviously, Plunkett's a guy that I like, Rich Gannon. But if you look at the stats, and again, man, Derek Carr, as far as stat-wise, blows all those guys out the water. I mean,
Yeah,
if
he
you look
does.
at stats at all, I mean,
But you know what I think with stats? I think we have to judge it differently. This is a different time.
no,
People throw the ball around a lot. Like I made the juxtaposition in the comparison between Derek Carr and Ken Anderson from the Bengals, right? As of right now, Derek Carr is 31,700 yards, 193 touchdowns, 85 interceptions. He has a 92.1 passer rating. Kenny Anderson in his 16-year career had 32,000.
Was he the whole time with Cincinnati?
Yeah, he played the whole time with Cincinnati.
See, that's different too, right? I mean, you play that long, you're gonna just fall into those stats, right?
Hey, Stu, what do you think about Russell Westbrook?
The basketball player?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I think he's a great player, but
Emerson Salazar, he don't even know what he's talking about. Hostetler came from the New York Giants, bro.
The New York Giants.
I don't like how much he complains. I think he's a little selfish, to be honest with you.
As he puts up godly stats, has he ever won anything?
No, I get your point. But he puts up gaudy stats for himself. But I'm saying with an individual team, does he hold all of the statistical records in his position for one organization?
DC has been the longest tenure quarterback that we
I know.
Yeah, so it's easy. Well, I ain't gonna say it's easy because it's very hard to play in this league. But
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, definitely no. Because but you're right. Yeah, we're having the same debate. But
yeah, we're preaching to the choir. But you know what the thing is? It's not like going to the Miami Dolphins and holding all their passing records. It's not like going to the San Francisco 49ers or the Green Bay Packers and holding all their passing records.
Green Bay
because you play for Al Davis.
Yeah.
You know Al Davis, how he was with quarterbacks. Al Davis will switch a quarterback out in the middle of a team and go to the fucking Super Bowl.
You're right. No, you're right.
So
that's true. And was the debate he should be in the Hall of Fame?
No. The debate's not even DC anymore, Stu. It's his brothers. Now I don't know. Do you still have the clip up? Wasted?
Yeah. I got you.
He's out real quick, Stu, and then give us your feedback on this.
And this has been my whole point of this, and I gotta find it. You know your man Wasted is a boomer, Tech.
He don't win. Well, give me a break, man. Like, the dude went to the Raiders, okay? Like, they weren't anything before he got there, really. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to rustle anybody. They know.
Like, yeah, go ahead and go back to the time before Derek. And
Yeah, go ahead.
That.
I mean,
enjoy that 30 years.
Since we're talking about it, though, like, the man has been a stable man. Simply says, hey, Derek reminds me a lot of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I wonder why that is. Because
strong
literally
arm,
everything
accurate,
is the same.
smart, runs. Is a great
that's
football
not
player.
the narrative.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
You can't say
Aaron
that.
Rodgers is the best ever.
He's Derek Carr.
Aaron Rodgers.
You can't put him in
freaking
the
Aaron
same
Rodgers.
sentence and paragraph.
Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, you keep saying Aaron Rodgers. Explain to me what he's so good at.
How does that make you feel, man?
Well, first of all, it was a little convoluted. I couldn't understand. I mean, they need to work on their podcasting, to be honest with you. But I guess when you look at it, you have to consider the Raiders were nothing before him. How far back? Offensively, like, what are they talking about, right? I mean, how far back do you go? Because obviously,
You said 30 years ago and 20 years ago we were in the Super Bowl.
And you had some pretty good quarterbacks during those 30 years, right? I mean, some guys that were, one being Rich Gannon,
30
right?
is Haas and Gannon. Let's just be honest. Carson Palmer, you could throw him in there, but I mean, let's be real.
What about Jason
Carson Palmer won some games, though, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think the best.
I mean, he wasn't terrible, was he? I mean,
no, he was like a 500 type of guy.
Okay, all right.
And he had been off for 2 years as well.
And I thought he was retired, and all of a sudden he's out there throwing touchdowns for the Raiders. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck, right? Who was the other guy? I know, obviously, I know David. I played against David and played with David in New York. Who's the other brother?
Darren. Darren, he didn't make the National Football League.
Oh, that's Darren?
That's Darren Carr.
Okay, so I think went back and forth with him.
Oh, wait, we're forgetting about the GOAT, Jay Schrader.
Oh?
Jay Schrader went to an AFC Championship game.
Black Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Jay Schrader is 9th as far as statistics in top 10 in the Raiders organization. 66 touchdowns, 62 interceptions, 10,000 yards. almost 700 completions.
I
mean, really, Kerry Collins is tied for 10th in the organization.
But see, you get what I'm saying though? Like at this point, it's like,
yeah.
So
So
they said Mark Wilson is the greatest Raider quarterback ever. Facts.
Mark Wilson 7th. Mark Wilson 7th with 871 completions, 11,000 yards, 77 touchdowns, and 86 interceptions.
Wow. See, but this is what I'm saying. We're going back to a lot of these
Daryl
guys.
LaMonica. Yeah.
The
Shout out to
Mad
LaMonica,
Bomber.
too.
That's way too far back.
I guess. Yeah, I guess it's obviously. I think when you have guys that have been fans of the Raiders for, let's say, 20, 30 plus years, we're going to be more in the older fan base, older guys, people maybe 20, 15, 10 years in the Raiders organization, I think are obviously going to be more on the Derek Carr side, right? So I guess it's just, it's just like comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. It's like people who grew up with LeBron James are going to say LeBron James because they don't have any idea of Michael Jordan, right? So it's like, I think as eras go into it. Do you look at stats? Do you look at Super Bowls? Do you look at what did a guy do in the amount of time that he was in an organization, right? How many years were some of these other guys in the Raiders organization to put up those stats? I think that goes into it for real. I mean, like, if a guy's just had the ability to stay in one organization forever, he's going to compile those stats, right? So yeah. I always looked at that as kind of unfair, really. Like a guy like Tom Brady, who obviously he's very, 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 very good, but he was there for a long, 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 long time, and you're gonna kill those organizational stats to play in one team that long. It's just natural. I mean, like Tim Brown, was Tim Brown considered one of the greatest ever? I mean, he's up there, right? Yeah. But his stats compared to anybody else in the Raiders organizations is not even close. Yeah, because he played there for so long.
Yeah, but the thing is, he earned the right to play there. Like Tom Brady,
you're right.
Tom Brady won 5 Super Bowls with the Patriots, bro. And that's the thing.
The coaching carousel, let's be honest, it hampered DC, but it also helped DC. Every coach that came in was like, we're going to correct this. Nope, we got our guy. We're going to correct it. We got DC.
And not for nothing, you know what helped Derek Carr is the fact that he has an owner that loves him. Because let me tell you something. If Al Davis were alive, if Derek didn't get it done in about 3 years, there'd be another kid under center right now. Let's just be for real here.
I will say this. For a guy to make it through all that, I question a little bit his what do I want to say? His confidence, his gusto, because I gotta believe there's a lot of yes going on, a lot of yes, and just agreeing and kind of, like I said, a lot of guys have long careers because they kiss a lot of ass and they do exactly what the coach wants, and they kind of are that guy that. And obviously he's gotten good with the organization, regardless of who the coach is. He's just fit into that system to where he doesn't ruffle any feathers. And
I think there's a difference now, though, still with the new regime, right? So me and you're Gruden.
Wait, hold on. Do you guys understand? You guys agree on that point, right?
Yeah. I feel you. Okay.
But so you're Gruden, or you're DC. I'm Gruden, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be Gruden. I'll be DC.
Well,
wait, hold on. Do you want somebody to be Gruden, baby?
But look, I look across you from the table and say, "You're my guy, right? You're my guy."
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hey, Derek, man, I love you, brother. Derek, you ready to win some games? You my guy, Derek.
Now you're Derek Carr, right?
Praise Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, yes, I am your guy.
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy.
So Derek, I need you to do me a favor, man.
Yes.
Knock on wood if you're with me, man.
I pray to the Lord above. I don't knock on wood.
Y'all motherfuckers, man.
Well, listen, Derek. If you don't knock on wood for old Coach Grew, you have to get the fuck out of my building.
Look. What I'm saying is to say this.
Get the fuck out of my building. I like it.
Gruden, you can look at him and take what he says with a grain of salt. I think when DC looked at him, he would look at him and it was kind of like, is he bluffing? Right? Like they're looking at each other like he's like, does Gruden mean that shit? Am I his guy? Or woo. Our new regime, they're saying you're the guy right now until you're not the guy. Like, this is your team. We're giving you everything you need right now. But understand this. We have won before a lot. All we do is win. That's it. We don't know anything else but winning.
That you're saying the regime coming in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So DC, get on this train with us and let's go win a bunch of games. Because if you can't do it with us, you can't
do it with anybody. Now, look, this is how it was when Gruden was here.
Hey, Derek, what's going on, man? Derek, you know you're my favorite quarterback I've ever had, man. You know this is your team. Is he down the hall yet, Mike? Hey, Mike, get me on the phone with Kyler Murray, man. Hey, man, you think maybe we can bring in Marcus Murray? Marcus, how you think Marcus is doing, man? You think he's healed up yet, man? Maybe have him take some first-team snaps or something like that. What do you think, man? Hey, man, do me a favor, man.
Hey, man.
Anybody lose Tom Brady's number?
Hey,
do me
man.
a favor, man. Go call Tom Brady, man. I'm gonna go talk to him at
Is he playing? He's playing, right? Or is he done?
No, Brady's playing, man, and I think I'm gonna go meet him over there at a UFC match, you know, give him a hand job or something like that. Maybe he might want to come here and play for us or something, you know.
Let me wait. I want to go back to the brothers of Derek Carr. Obviously, I mean, if that's my brother, I'm saying the same thing, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that, like, what do you want his brothers to say? I guess.
Stu, you have children now, right? I know you do, and your kids are playing sports.
He's
honest with them?
He's back there watching. Hey, buddy. He's watching the Predator versus Aliens Requiem.
That's tough. That's a good movie.
He loves all the Predator movies. But anyway,
bro, like when you were a kid, you know what I'm saying? Look, dude, I saw this video that you put up of the original Stuart Schweiger.
Oh, Big Stu. Stu.
Your dad was jacked too. Listen, let me tell you something. The apple don't fall far from the trees, brother. It don't come from nowhere. It don't come from nowhere, right?
No, you're right. Yeah.
So when you were growing up, was the old man honest with you?
Yeah. I mean,
he didn't blow smoke up your ass all the time.
No.
I know my father never blew smoke up my ass with sports, boxing, anything. You know, my brother and I, we're very close in age, but we never do that to each other. And the thing is that we have to be realistic. I'm not saying that they can't exalt their brother. I'm not saying they can't support their brother. I'm not saying that they can't elevate their brother. But when it gets to a point where you say shit like, what has Aaron Rodgers ever done that's so great? When you say
that was a little flagrant. That was a little flagrant.
Dude, yeah. or you say
wait. They said that?
David said that at the end.
They were saying Rodgers, but I got kind of lost.
Yeah, they were like yelling and shit like that. He's like, what is he, bro? I'm probably gonna get. I hope I don't get copywritten for this, but I'm.
No. Wait.
Send it to me afterwards. But
I'll send it to you afterwards. And then Stu, this is another piece.
Sorry, sorry, guys. Let me just turn this down real quick. Sorry.
All right.
But you know, into the chat, another piece of what my beef was that the guy wins.
So I do want to say, so I do have two older brothers, and one of my older brothers was probably a little more not blowing smoke, but just more glasses half full. And my other brother was always kind of glasses half empty. So they were kind of a good balance,
a good cop, bad cop kind of thing.
Talking about me, like my other brother would be like that, and my other one was like, just kind of this okay, yeah, he rushed for 1,000 yards in 4th grade. Like, let's just back up, like Johnny. Let's chill out a little bit. So I kind of had I mean, you got to be real. Yeah.
Stu, it wasn't like your brothers were gonna go on TV and say, you know what, my brother is better than Ronnie Lott.
I wouldn't really probably want him to.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you're saying if he wins one Super Bowl, he goes to the Hall of Fame? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
We got a guy that was the quarterback of the Raiders who won 2, who is still not in the Hall of Fame.
True. Yeah. I mean, that's the Hall of Fame, I think, obviously a Super Bowl is almost a prerequisite. Other than that, you need to fucking have a lot of NFL statistical records, right, to get in the Hall of Fame. But I think a prerequisite is how many championships you were a part of, right? I mean, that's a big one.
And winning too.
Winning.
You got to win. Like, or I'll give you an example. It's a perfect example.
As
Warren Moon.
our friend Charlie Sheen, winning
That's right.
Tiger Blood.
Yeah, I don't know if that shit called Tiger Blood no more. Shit is called the HIV blood now, man.
He
You got
beat
the
it, though. I think
Batman
he beat
forever.
it, though.
House in Virginia. Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
But listen, Warren Moon never won a Super Bowl. Didn't even play in the Super Bowl. He's a Hall of Famer. Warren Moon destroyed the record book, and Warren Moon won everywhere he was.
And he went up. He was up in Canada, I think. Even he made
initially, and then with the Houston Oilers, he always perennially in the playoffs, AFC Championship
Seattle,
games.
Minnesota.
Yo, Minnesota. He won in Minnesota.
Houston.
He won in Seattle. But with the Oilers is where he really made his bones.
Yeah.
So this is a man who is consistently 10-6, 11-5. You know what I mean? Just winning.
Yeah.
So this is a man that is in the Hall of Fame now who did not win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
My thing with Derek is even with a Super Bowl, he doesn't have that kind of a career. So that means he's going to have to do more to even be considered. I think the starter of that conversation is him winning a Super Bowl. That's the start of the conversation.
Let's say he goes to a Super Bowl. Does that give any? No.
I'm gonna be honest. To me, and this may sound crazy.
Dan Marino, obviously, Dan Marino's freaking. That dude had so many freaking records, dude. He was the best, man. He was, and the more and more I talked to some of the older guys, like Rod Woodson and Dishman, when I asked them who was like the toughest, they said Dan Marino was the fucking man, dude. The fucking man.
This is the thing. We don't need DC to be a Hall of Famer. Just go out there and win games. I think we don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Like there's quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls that have not even sniffed the Hall of Fame. Like
Joe Flacco.
King, what's his name? No, did King win with the Buccaneers or no?
No, he didn't. Brad Johnson. Brad Johnson. Brad Johnson won with the
Brad,
Bucs.
or was it
Trent Dilfer?
Dilfer. I think it was Dilfer.
No, Dilfer won with Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Dilfer won with Baltimore.
Okay.
Brad Johnson
He was a
with
and then another pedestrian quarterback, Joe Flacco, won the second Baltimore Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We've had some pedestrian quarterbacks win the Super Bowl. We have. But the thing is this.
Absolutely we have, yeah.
But with Derek, he's not pedestrian. The thing is, he has to string together a few more years of success before we start exalting him. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not.
This is year
Derek.
9. This is year 9.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like I'm not bashing Derek. I want to see him be successful. I want to see him go to the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah.
That's what I want.
Because if he is, that means that the Raiders won a Super Bowl, hopefully.
Yes. And we're all invested.
We all want that.
There are two things that are very bothersome to me. One, if I don't totally agree with the fact that he's not beyond reproach, no player is beyond reproach. There are some games that we win because of him, and there are some that we lose because of him, right? There's this thing in the Raider Nation where he does no wrong and everything is everyone else's fault, and I want to erase that.
Yeah.
The second thing I want to erase is that if, say for instance, I'm not a Carr guy, that doesn't mean I'm not a Raider fan, bro. My fandom is not linked into one player, bro.
Oh.
I was a Raider fan when Stu played for the Raiders, and I fucked with Stu. And when they moved on from Stu, who else we got? We got Michael Huff. What's up?
I want to ask you guys this: as a Raiders fan, can you call yourself a Raiders fan and then honestly say you hate a guy on the Raiders? Is that? I'm just asking. I just thought of that question. Like,
well, yeah.
Let me say something. I like that question. I definitely like that. I think with our team, right, the Shield. This isn't that. It's not like any other team. The Shield to me is like put on a platform, like it's put on a
absolutely.
It's put on a pedestal, like you should feel great to be able to like Stu, like bro, you're a lot of your career you were drafted to me to the greatest franchise of all time.
That's the only team I fuck with. I mean, and I didn't realize it until I got
until you got out of there. Yeah. When I
got out of there, it took me years to finally get rid of what I didn't do and like all this shit. And I'm thinking like, who gives a fuck, dude? I had a chance to play for a team that like everyone wears their shit and I played for them. I don't even wear their shit. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, get over it.
We should never hate anybody.
Do you know what I'm saying though? Like, just like,
but we can very much say, I couldn't stand Antonio Brown. I did not like
rephrase that. Current. I'm just talking about current. I'm not guys that were on. You can hate a guy that's gone and not playing anymore.
You
I'm
just mean
saying
on
as
the
a
current roster.
Can you call yourself a true? I'm a fucking hardcore Raider Nation, and then say you hate somebody that is on the team right now.
Yeah. And it depends on what kind of man they are. There's some guys that are on your team that you know are just there and they're not invested in what's going on.
Okay.
Now say for instance, when Jamarcus Russell was on the Raiders, no disrespect to Jamarcus Russell, I can see how people can look at the effort he put us aside, and you hear some of the stories, or like say for instance a Rolando McClain.
Yeah.
Or say for instance when Randy Moss was a Raider.
Rolando McClain. I don't know that name.
Rolando McClain? You don't remember him from Alabama, the linebacker?
What happened to him?
First round draft pick. I mean, he flamed. I like Rolando McClain. Actually, I loved when he body slammed that kid from the fucking Rams. I love that shit.
Okay, I seen that clip. Okay, linebacker.
I like Rolando. I like him. I know when he was a rookie, I heard he let the gun off of somebody's ear. He won my respect.
You can hate players though. You're right, Wasted, because I hated Trent Brown when he was here. Like I couldn't stand him. He was just sitting back, getting paychecks, and then don't get me wrong.
That's not fair. Doc, I disagree. That's not fair.
I felt for him with the whole incident with you know what I mean with the air bubble. I get that one, but I'm saying before that, I couldn't stand Trent Brown. I like the way he carried himself. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong. I don't hate anybody. I just mean in terms of football.
Hopefully that's what I meant.
Trent Brown could be the nicest man in the world. I don't know. But if you're on a team that I love, and I should be able to root for you. I should be wanting to root for you. I want to see you succeed. But if you're giving me everything for me not to feel like that, then it's like, hey man, whatever, bro. I can't fuck with you.
I think when I asked the question, in my head, I'm thinking you can't, but now going through it, you definitely can.
And see, because the root word of fan is fanatic.
You definitely cannot be like, fuck this dude.
But see, I can't. But see, I love my Raiders, bro. I dislike Trent Brown. I hate my baby mom. Oh my God. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real life.
Apples and oranges.
It's like that's real life shit.
That's that top shelf Silky Johnson hate right there.
That's top shelf hatred.
So I just hate the air that motherfucker.
Trent Brown, I just want to see you play well, bro. Like go out there and block and do your fucking job.
But you know, like my mama always says, there's a thin line between love and hate.
And they're because it's to say it's emotion, right? That it's that peak of emotion that you're still up here with your emotion, whether it's love or hate. It's almost. You're right. It's it is a thin line.
Yeah. Ern had he said sports hate is different than genuine hate.
And I think remember we've talked about this a little bit before, and that's what I kind of was hoping the fans could separate was calling a dude like trash and this as a person, or are we talking just business wise? Business wise, that's fine, dude. Like if a dude's out there and he's not representing or doing what you think he should be doing, motherfuck his ass, right?
So you know what's funny? Everybody hates Jamarcus Russell until me and you, we're about to do our show. And say he comes on, right? He comes on and he's just like, you guys, I fucked up. The coaching staff fucked up. And then, you know what's funny? We can talk. This is the greatest person to have on this show because Stu felt hated before he started doing this shit. You know what I mean? He was like, people like fuck Stu. You know what I mean? Woo, woo. Now, he's loved within the nation because he's here. He's back. He rocks. He rocks with the nation.
Yeah.
Easy to say you hate someone.
Well, again, I'm only going off of a couple of assholes.
Yes. No. I get that. But
you know what I'm saying?
But that's your story. You have your story.
And not for nothing, bro. And I'm just gonna say this for me, right?
Famous enough. I like that hat.
Look, when you see somebody that's a one of one run past you, and you play against that, and then you say
that again.
You see somebody that's a one of one, or
you see Randy Moss running
a 1%er. No, I'm just saying, like even in high school,
there, yes,
you see somebody that runs past you, and you're like, holy shit, right? And then you see that guy go to college and does nothing. So then you see a guy like Stu, who goes and breaks all these records at a major university, fucking intercepting passes and shit, comes to the Raiders, fast, fucking combine off the charts. People are looking at this guy, they like, man, I ain't never seen a white guy that fast. Ever. Right? No disrespect, but I'm just saying. And then he gets to the National Football League, and then it doesn't go his way.
Yep.
You, as me as a man, I'm like, bro, there are different variables to success in the National Football League. So I never judge a man that goes to a bad situation and they're not able to fulfill their destiny. You know what I mean? So people that have come up to you and done that.
That's a good point.
Or you know what I mean? See, it's one thing if you're there and you're trying and things don't work out for you. It's another thing if you come in and you don't try.
Yeah.
And that's the line of demarcation for me as a fan.
Yep.
If you try and you're in a bad situation, you were on the back end of a situation that was a great one. And then it went downhill when you got there, and that wasn't your fault. Al Davis was old, and there's a lot of shit going on, bro. And I get it.
And you bringing that up, I mean, that is very intuitive. It's very perceptive. It's you kind of. That's where that's one thing I'd like the fans to kind of bring themselves up just a little bit into that category there, but even as a player, you don't think of that. You just think of, man, I got there. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I fucked up. It was a disappointment. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But then you look and you start to realize they're the great players that no matter where they go, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be successful. They'll probably
that's the less than 1%.
The less than 1%.
You're still the 1% that made it to the league after playing your whole life, playing a game that all of us grew up loving and playing.
But then not only that, but then actually playing and then actually being productive, which is another percentage of a percentage of a percentage. But a lot of it, besides that, like you said, the 1% of the 1% of the 1%, no matter where they go, the Favres, the Breezes, the Mosses, the Saps.
See, those people are immortal. They're immortal. They're immortal. That shit is even. That's like being struck by lightning, dog.
It's crazy,
bro. So how many immortals are in the Hall of Fame, bro? Throughout the history, the long National Football League, how many players in the Hall of Fame? Like
that's a good question.
Less than 250 players?
Not fucking many.
Look. At the end of the day, there's
levels. No, what I was going to say,
there's levels.
The other guys, what you learn is, sorry, Docs. The other guys, the other 99% of us, or maybe 90% of us that are productive and have good careers, it's situations. It's just getting drafted by the right team, having the right coach, just having those other players around you, having more nationally televised games, having, just whatever it is. Yeah. There's so many factors that go into that make those players, not the 1% of the 1%, but the guys like fucking who are some guys that you would consider are, great players, but who's a great friend of mine, but a guy like Lamar Woodley. Yeah, getting put into the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers with Harrison on one side and the linebacker they had there for many years, and Palomulu, and just a great organization.
Do you ever stop and think sometimes, right, that if you had an offense that matched the defense that you guys had, look, what kind of $1 million, like what kind of big contract that you would have ended up getting?
Yeah, because when you were there with Tommy Kelly and all of them, right?
Even if I didn't sign a 5-year, Al signed everyone to 5-year deals, and really as a third rounder, I should have only signed a 3-year deal. And the end of my 3-year, at the end of that third year was when our defense was number 1 pass, 3rd overall. I was 2nd in the NFL for safeties. I should have been a free agent, but I wasn't. Yeah. I was still under contract. And then Lane Kiffin comes in, and then they want contract. And then it just, from there on, I just couldn't. So, I mean, again, that was kind of my moment, but it didn't happen. And you look at it and you go, really, it's just part of the machine.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I want to share some love for you, brother. Stu,
thank you very much.
You're the all-time leading interceptions in Purdue history. Rudy, we have Stu. Can't wait to meet you, brother.
Auntie Six. Now, our brother Stu. Now, for those who don't know, me, Stu, and Samoan are the ones that are pushing that event in Adelanto. So Stu will be there. I mean, like anyone that needs any direction or needs to know what's going on in terms of that event, the Week 0 Raider Nation show, you reach out to me, you reach out to Stu, you reach out to Samoan.
Hey, Chrissy, say hi. Come here.
Stu will be there. So just Auntie Six, you will get your chance, brother.
This is the missus. This is Wasted.
Hello, Mrs. Schwiegert. How are you?
You
How
know,
you
Doc.
doing?
And then Aunt down there, Aunt's one of a really close. Aunt's birthday was actually not too long ago, whatever. So this is my wife, Chrissy.
Very nice to
Celebrated
Nice to meet you.
14 years yesterday.
Married, but
Been together 21.
Damn.
Yep. So All-American hurdler. I had 2 school records. Unfortunately, they were broken a couple years ago, but
Why are you hating? Dude, why are you hating, man?
I know. Yeah, I guess why did I say? I guess. Well, I don't want me to say she has 2 school records and someone looks it up and goes,
that shit.
She doesn't have fucking school records. She's not on here. So she did. She had 2 of them.
I take no offense to it.
Well, no, yeah. So,
But you know what? You know what's cool? It's gonna be cool watching you guys.
and R.
Children.
Kelly got 30 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool watching you guys' children play a professional sport
And
'cause
breaking
that's
all
like-
those Purdue records.
Yeah, I know, because y'all kids are gonna go. Y'all kids are definitely gonna play something professionally.
Well, and so again, so thanks, Chrissy. So again, though, like I look at it, and I had 4 years with Oakland, and I looked, and I'm like 16th for assisted tackles all time. I think 17th for solo, and then like 18th for pass breakups. And that was just in 4 years. I'm like thinking, if I would have had another 3 or 4 years there as a starter, like, you see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you're just not in an organization sometimes long enough to do that. So sometimes if you're just there, and I don't want to say it's by default, but if you're in an organization for that long, I mean, you're going to be up in those categories of the greatest of that. Now, are you?
Oxnard.
I don't know.
the
Oxnard Raiders are
The
dead, right?
Illuminati took it off of YouTube. So basically,
No, they did. I have it though. Trust me, I have a whole
this is in a nutshell, Oxnard.
dude. And you cannot, dude. I looked one day for 4 hours one time. NFL's biggest hits of that season, of the decade, of the Raiders. You cannot, dude. It's nowhere. I looked at interviews of Tony Gonzalez. He will not talk about it. He does not bring up my name ever. But I got a little video that I'm gonna put up soon, which brings stuff to light. And actually, I have a cool premiere coming up of a Brady Quinn little deal that you'll like.
Is that the one? The one that?
Yeah. So, but
Somebody said Oxnard pause. I don't know why we're pausing Oxnard, but pause.
Stu, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging.
Hey, so let me ask you this in a nutshell, okay? Those are his brothers. They should always have his back. They should always.
Oh yeah,
push.
back to yeah.
They should always push for him to be great. But at what point do we all push back as a fan base and say that's all great and everything, but show improve on.
There's always a but. There's always a but.
Show improve on the field. Like at the end of the day, like let's just we know that all that matters is winning. That's it. That's it. At the end of the day,
that seriously, that's it. Did you make the play or not? I mean, that's how I was judged my whole life. So like when it comes down to me, it's like I don't have a lot of feelings for, well, yeah, but this happened and my mom died and my girlfriend and this. It's like, yeah, but did you get done what I asked you to get done? It's like
That's it.
That's it, man.
What?
I know it's hard.
Results. That's life. That's life, bro. That's real regular life. Like if you're not producing, guess what they do at jobs? They move the fuck on. They cut you.
Yeah.
They don't keep the bottom
sports
third.
world, right? The sports world is very easy to like evaluate you. Did you make the tackle or not? I didn't. Well, that's kind of why
You can't be the donut guy.
kind of why we're cutting you, bro. Like
You can't be the donut guy in professional sports. Do you guys know what the donut guy is?
I don't, but I have an idea. But
The
let me
guy
hear
that brings
what
the
the-
box of donuts in the morning and distributes them.
Yes. No, the donut guy is the guy at work who brings in donuts for everybody, right?
Just be
So
like-
everybody loves that guy. And because he does that, he doesn't really have to do a whole lot. The bosses like him. The people around the office
he
don't
kind of
realize he
stays
doesn't
under
do
the
shit.
radar, right?
He just wait. He rides the wave until people look up 10, 8 years, and now they're like, wait a minute, donut guy doesn't do shit.
What the fuck does that guy do?
What does he do? And then donut guy has to
Does it
figure out a
ruffle
way to make
feathers?
himself valuable.
Doesn't ruffle any feathers, right?
Yup.
Doesn't ruffle any feathers.
He comes in, he goes along to get along. You could be the nicest guy. You could be the most liked teammate. But guess what? That only gets you so far in professional sports. Because if you're not producing, guess what? They will get rid of you, bro.
But unfortunately, I see it, and it's happening more and more. These coaches want yes donut guys around them, man. They really do. They'd rather have a guy that's maybe not the greatest player, but a dude that says yes and doesn't ruffle feathers and doesn't question them and gets the other guys to buy in and kind of fucking does that shit, man. It's like, really, man, I don't care. Like, I want players to question me, right? I want employees to want, if I'm going to hire people, I want people who know it better than me, right?
Yeah. See, I think the reason why you have more yes men that want more yes men now is because the coaches are getting younger and younger. The coaches are getting younger and younger and younger. And that's the problem. So you got a kid who's fucking
most
28 years old.
Younger and whiter, like fucking like the 35-year-old, like just the guy that played a little high school football, but really knows this shit. And kind of like all these coaches all look like the fucking dude from the fucking Rams. Like they're all like this.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of that shit is the birthright too. A lot of these guys are related to people who were great coaches or PMs.
Majority.
Yeah. So, but even beyond that, let's just keep it in context, right? These guys are young. So you can't come into an organization when you have a veteran football player there. And like, say for instance, you're a fucking 25-year-old coach and Von Miller's in your locker room.
My bad, my brothers. Real quick, I got 5 minutes. I got to take my sons to the pool. I promise.
Yeah, true. I got 5 minutes too, so we're going to wrap it up pretty soon. But I think that is really the crux of why they want yes men, because these guys can't come in and win a locker room over with those gruff tactics like Bill Parcells.
Like in our locker room, you had Warren Sapp, you had fucking Ted Washington, you had Charles Woodson.
Damn, Ted Washington.
Bobby Hamilton, Danny Clark, motherfuckers like Sean. Who are some other guys? I mean, but when you had these veteran dudes, like if you're just some like that's intimidating, dude. You better you better have your shit together, dude. Because these guys will. I've seen players go, listen, coach. You know, I know you just got here, but listen, don't fuck with me.
Yeah,
like, I don't listen to you. Okay, I can get you fired, just so you know. And it's like you look at it going, that's a whole different dynamic than I'm fucking used to coming out of high school and college. Like, okay, I see. Okay, then it's like, well, who do I really listen to at this point? Like, I'm gonna make sure I got my players' respect rather than some fuck ass 1-year coach. But a 1-year coach can get you fucking cut, and I've seen it happen.
I'm excited now because I feel like we have a regime that's gonna hold DC accountable.
Yeah, and you see this right here, Docs. And this is why I point the whole live to put a neat bow on this, right? We have 1 playoff game since getting Carr.
2.
But he only played in 1, right?
2.
How the hell is that different for the last 20 years before Carr? They can't talk.
No.
Because there's actually more success.
Oh, I see that's a good point, Crusher.
Yeah.
That was my point the whole time. Listen, brothers, I love both of you. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for letting me pop in, dude. For real,
brother. Listen. You have classed this joint up so much. The great Docs ENT has come on. Stu is gone. I'm gone.
That's a first. Thank you.
Listen, y'all. This has been a momentous occasion. This has been one of the great episodes of Raider Nation Unlimited in the off season, man. Who's doing it like us, man? Y'all, listen, pull up on us the next live, man. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for all the supers, all the comments, everything, man. Love all of y'all, man.
Love y'all both, my brother. Stu, I'm about to call you. All right, brother.
All right, brother. Peace.